I need my own money to buy real estate. Stop. That right there is a lie. And it might be the single most expensive lie you'll ever believe. Because while you're sitting on the sidelines, saving up a down payment, telling yourself you're being responsible, telling yourself you'll start once you have enough, deals are flying right past you. Months turn into years, and now you're no closer than the day that you started. Meanwhile, here's what people are actually doing. The best investors in the entire country are barely using any of their own money. Some of them are using none of it. They're using other people's money. It's called private money. And there are people out there right now today actively looking for deals to put their money into. They are looking for someone exactly like you. So today I'm going to break down exactly how this worked, where this lie even came from, give you a checklist to find this money, and walk you through how a regular person with $0 raises the money to do a real deal. So buckle up and let's go. If you're new here, I'm Zasha. I built a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio right here in Hawaii, one of the most expensive markets in the entire country, and a huge chunk of it was done with other people's money. So when I tell you this works, I'm not handing you a theory I read in a book. I lived it. Aloha, let's get into it. This is part of a series I'm doing called Lies We Tell Ourselves, because here's what I've learned. The thing standing between most people and their first deal isn't money. It isn't the market. It isn't interest rates or timing or luck. It's a story they keep repeating to themselves until they accept it as fact and quit before they even begin. And lie number one, the foundation lie, the one every other excuse is built on top of, is this: I need my own money to invest in real estate. Now I get why you believe it. It's what you were taught your whole life. Save up, put your 20% down, buy the house, pay it off over 30 years. That's the script your parents got handed and passed down to you. But listen closely. That script is for buying one house slowly over your entire life. That is not investing. That's not how anybody builds real wealth. Investors do something completely different. Investors use leverage. They use OPM, other people's money. And here's the part that's going to mess with your head a little bit. The people with that money, they're not doing you a favor by lending it to you. You are doing them a favor. Let me prove it to you. Real quick, because this matters. Why do so many of us believe we need our own money? It's not random. You were raised on a scarcity script. Most of us grew up hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Save every penny. And that's not a knock on our parents. That's survival wisdom from people who were doing their best. But survival wisdom and wealth building wisdom are two completely different languages. Scarcity says hoard what little you have and protect it, while wealth says use resources, including other people, to create something bigger. One keeps you safe and small, the other one builds something big. So if your gut reaction to use other people's money is fear, or that sounds risky, or that's not for people like me, I want you to notice that. That's not your intelligence talking. That's the old script. And the whole point of this series is to catch those scripts and rewrite them. Awareness is first, then action. Now let's get into the actual money. Here's the thing almost nobody understands. There are people all around you right now sitting on money that is barely doing anything. It's parked in a savings account, earning basically nothing. It's in a CD, crawling along at a couple percent. It's sitting in retirement accounts they can actually lend out if they knew what they were doing. And a lot of these people are frustrated because they want their money to grow, and it just isn't. That person is a private lender, not a bank, a regular human being with money who they want to see better returns. So flip the entire thing around in your mind right now. You're not begging anyone for anything. You are bringing them an opportunity they've been waiting for. They want returns. You bring the deal, no bank needed. Say that with me. They want returns. You bring the deal, no bank needed. That's the whole model in one breath. They get a better return than the bank ever gave them. And it's secured by a real physical piece of property. You get the funding to do the deal and everybody wins. And once that clicks, like really clicks, asking for money stops feeling scary because you finally understand you're not the one out there with your hand out. You're the one holding the most valuable thing in the entire equation, the deal. Let me show you exactly what this lie costs in real life. Two people, same town, same age, same starting point, Neither one has much money. Investor number one believes the lie. I need my own money. So what does she do? She saves, she grinds, she skips vacation, she cuts back, she puts away what she can. 3 years go by, she's got a little stash. But here's the problem. In those same 3 years, prices went up, the deal she was watching got bought by someone else, and the down payment she needed got bigger faster than she could save. She's been running on a treadmill, working hard, going nowhere, still hasn't done a single deal. Investor number two refuses to believe that lie. She decides she's going to learn to raise money instead of save it. So she spends those same 3 years building relationships, learning how to spot a good deal, and learning to pitch. In year 1, she does her very first deal with a private lender using none of her own money. In year 2, she does 2 more because now she has proof and a track record. By year 3, while investor number 1 is still saving for that first down payment, investor number 2 has a portfolio, profit, cash flow, and a line of lenders asking what she's got next. Same starting line, same 3 years. One believed the lie, one built the skill. That gap right there, that is the entire ball game. Which one do you want to be? Because the only real difference between them is what they decided to learn and do. Okay, I have to say something that scares a lot of people, especially people who didn't grow up like I did, being told that all debt is bad, period. Debt is a tool. That's it. That's all it is. A hammer can build a house or it can smash a window. That same exact hammer isn't good or bad. It's how you swing it. Debt used carelessly will absolutely sink you. Debt used strategically is how nearly every wealthy person you name built what they have. So what's strategic debt? That's when you borrow to buy something that puts money into your pocket. A finance deal that cash flows and builds equity, that's strategic. That debt is working for you. Financing a fancy, depreciating car you can't actually afford, that's the opposite. That debt is eating you alive. Same word, 2 completely different outcomes. Learn to tell them apart and you're ahead of most people already. And now the part most people avoid. You have to actually look at your money. And I mean really look at it. Open the bank app, open the statements, add up what you owe, and look at all of it with your eyes open. Because here's the truth. Most people are scared to look. They're scared of what they'll see, so they keep it blurry. They keep it vague, and they keep it in the dark. You can't build wealth in the dark. You just can't. Now hear me clearly. You do not need to have a lot of money to start. That's the whole point of this video. But you do need to know your numbers. What you have, what you owe, what you can access, because when the deal shows up, and it will, the person who knows their numbers moves fast and win. The person who's been avoiding their numbers freezes, fumbles, and loses the deal. If looking at your money gives you anxiety, I made something just for that. I've got a Money Made Challenge right here on my channel playlist. It walks you through getting fully honest with your money, step by step, no shame, no judgment, just clarity. Go watch that whole series after this one. The link is in the description. Let me make this real because go raise private money sounds abstract until you actually see it happen step by step. Picture someone with 0 of her own money to put into a deal. We'll call her our new investor. She finds a solid property, it needs work, but when she runs the numbers, there's real profit on the other side. It pencils out. Now she needs the money. So she goes to her network, the network she built on purpose, and she has a few conversations. One of those conversations is with someone who recently sold a property and has cash just sitting in the bank, annoyed that it's earning next to nothing. And here's what she does not do. She doesn't beg, she doesn't apologize, she doesn't get weird about it. She brings the deal. She says, here's the property, here are the numbers, here's the return I can offer you, and here is exactly how your money is protected by the property, the house itself. Clean, clear, confident. She talked to 4 people and 1 said yes. That 1 yes funded the gap. The deal got done. The lender earned a return that absolutely crushed what their bank was paying them. And our new investor, who started with none of her own money, walks away with a closed deal, a profit, and something even more valuable. A lender who is already texting her, when's the next one? That's not luck. That's not someone special. That is a repeatable, learnable skill. Find the deal, find the home, find the fixer-upper, know your numbers. Bring it to the right people, ask with confidence, and here's the magic of it. Once you do it one single time, it gets easier and easier time after time because now you've got proof. You got the track record and money starts coming to you. Before I give you the checklist, let me knock out the excuses. I already hear you thinking rapid fire. I have bad credit. Well, private lenders are lending on the deal and the property itself, not your credit score. Your credit matters way less than you think. I don't know anyone with money. You know more people than you think you do. And money finds good deals. Bring a deal worth funding and watch who shows up. That's actually a whole other lie I break down in another video in this series. It's too risky to use other people's money. Well, when you do it right, with the right deal and the right structure, it's risk you manage, not risk you fear. Doing nothing for years while prices climb, that's the real risk nobody talks about. I don't have any experience. You don't need decades of experience. You need one good deal and the courage to bring it to someone. Experience comes from doing and not waiting. Every single one of those is the same lie wearing a different costume. I can't. Yes, you can. You just have to learn how. All right, here's the checklist. If you want to start raising private money, this is exactly what you need. Pause the video, screenshot this one, and come back to it. Number 1, know your numbers. What you have, what you owe, what you can access. The Money May Challenge gets you here. Number 2, have a real deal, a real property, a real fixer-upper, or at least a crystal clear deal criteria. People fund the deals, not the dreams. Know exactly what a good one looks like. Number 3, build your list of potential lenders before you need them. The people in your world sitting on money they don't even know they have, or that they're getting a bad return on. Start that list today. Number 4, know the return you're offering and exactly why it beats what their bank is paying them. Number 5, understand how the lender's money is protected. They will want to know what happens if things go sideways. Have that answer ready. Number 6, have a clear, specific ask. A real number, not whatever you can give, whatever you have. Number 7, be able to say it all in just a few seconds without rambling. Confidence comes from clarity and clarity comes from practice. Number 8, follow up. Most money isn't raised on the first conversation. It's raised on the second, sometimes the third. The follow-up is where the deal actually gets done. If you can check all 8 of those, you are genuinely ready to raise money right now. If you're missing a few, that's not the problem. That's just your to-do list. That's your roadmap. And building that roadmap with you is exactly what I do. Look back at that checklist for a second. Notice that almost every item comes down to one core skill. Being able to walk up to someone with money and confidently, clearly bring them a deal, a property, an investment. That right there is the skill that separates the people who talk about investing from the people who actually do it. It has nothing to do with how much money you have, but it has everything to do with whether you can raise it. And that skill is 100% learnable. Nobody is born knowing how to raise money. Nobody is. You have to learn it. You practice it. You get a little better each time. And then it becomes the engine that funds your entire investing career for the rest of your life. Learn it once, use it forever. And learning that skill deeply, completely hands-on is exactly what we do at Money Raising Mastery. It's a 2-day live event in Honolulu on July 25th and 26th. I'm hosting it alongside Amy Majori, who's raised over $60 million in private money from everyday people. Let that number sit for a second. $60 million. And she's going to be on stage teaching all of her golden nuggets, the exact strategies behind how she did it. And you are truly learning from the experts on this one. It's not just us. We're bringing in guest speakers and industry experts to share their own resources and strategies for raising money. So you walk out of that room with a complete toolkit, not just one person's playbook. This is a room where you stop telling yourself the lie and start building the skill for real. We've also got a VIP welcome event on July 24th to kick off the whole thing. Seats are limited. It's an intimate event on purpose. And they're going fast. If you want in, comment MRM below and I'll send you all the details on how you can grab your seat. And before you do anything else, go watch the Money May Challenge in my playlist. That's where you can get your money right first, then come back and finish this series with me, because we're tearing down every single lie that's been keeping you from your first deal one by one. You never needed your own money. You needed the skill to raise other people's. And now you know exactly where to get it. Mahalo. I'll see you on the next one.